Otherwise, prices to attend the final average between $4,000 and $8,000. You're President Trump's choice to lead major U.S. hosted events, including the World Cup. What's your reaction to those prices?
Well, clearly, Mayor Mamdani understands free market economics and the concept of supply and demand. He just rejects it.
What can $50 get you in New York City? 25 cups of streetcar coffee. 10 months of hard-hitting journalism. Still a classic. Infinite rides on the Staten Island Ferry. And for 1,000 lucky New Yorkers, a ticket to the World Cup. That's right. Last year we said we'd fight for cheaper tickets for New Yorkers. And today I'm proud to announce, just like Arsenal, we got it done. So here are the details.
Could it be that the one person making the World Cup a success and accessible in America is the man that Fox News likes to call the so-called socialist communist, not the self-described billionaire hospitality machine, Donald Trump? Yes, Fox News is in a panic because Zohran Mamdani is delivering campaign after campaign promise. Well, it turns out for the World Cup, he's also delivering accessibility for New Yorkers.
We're so excited to announce that we were going to be delivering 1,000 $50 tickets to the World Cup just for New Yorkers. Now, last year when I was running for this position, I spoke about how New Yorkers deserved to have cheaper tickets to actually make sure that they could go and see the magic of the World Cup, not just have to feel it in the city that they know as their home. Today, we announced that thanks to a partnership with the New York, New Jersey Host Committee, we're doing exactly that. These 1,000 tickets are going to be sold $50 a pop to New York City residents. All you have to be is older than 15 years old and live in our city. I'm sorry to Philly sports fans, that does not apply to you. Now, the way that you actually enter into this lottery is on Monday, Memorial Day at 10 a.m. We're going to open up this lottery from 10 a.m. to midnight, and it's going to be open every day for the next 5 days. You can enter into the lottery once a day. We're capping it at 50,000 entries per day. And if you win the chance to get a ticket, you'll also get the chance to buy an additional ticket, either for a family or friend or whomever you'd like. And with that ticket is going to come free bus travel from New York City to the stadium. Because we know that just as much as ticket pricing has been a prohibitive part.
When Trump was told about how expensive FIFA tickets were going to be, he said, I wouldn't pay that much either, honestly. Well, Mamdani didn't just let his residents deal with it. He did something about it, showing us in real time what a competent official can do. He negotiated with FIFA to get 1,000 tickets for New York residents at $50 a piece. It's a lottery. They can apply in order to gain access to these tickets. And included is even free round-trip bus to the stadium. Now, New York is hosting 8 games, and Los Angeles just recently had their Olympic tickets go on sale, and supposedly those were going to be accessible. Instead, residents were upset about how expensive those Olympic tickets were, even for the residents who were supposedly getting an early chance to buy tickets. Well, Mamdani got these $50 tickets by negotiating for FIFA, and they were part of the host committee's allocation. I don't know for certain, but I imagine the host committee allocation was normally going to go to networking, hobnobbing, perhaps other politicians. Instead, Mamdani did what he seems to do best, which is negotiate for his residents. Meanwhile, Trump just complains and says, I wouldn't even buy it.
The U.S. hotel industry is starting to worry about the World Cup. Due to ongoing economic uncertainty, geopolitical tension, and a prolonged so-called, quote, Trump slump causing a drop in international visitors, the significant boost U.S. hotels were expecting from the World Cup may not happen, according to CoStar, the leading benchmarking and analytics firm for the industry. The U.S. hotel industry is concerned about the impact of the World Cup due to uncertainty over international fan attendance. A FIFA analysis last year projected a $30.5 billion economic boost and 185,000 jobs this year, assuming millions of international tourists would flock to the tournament. FIFA President Gianni Infantino has repeatedly stated that World Cup tickets sold out quickly, yet some U.S. fans received emails in February offering a 48-hour window to purchase tickets. Alan Fial, professor at the University of Central Florida's Rosen College of Hospitality Management, told Forbes, quote, "They're selling primarily to domestic customers. There is a big question about international visitors." Reports of domestic ticket sales and the notoriously difficult U.S. visa process have raised doubts. Host cities were advised to expect a 50-50 split between domestic and international visitors, but hotels prefer international guests because they spend more, stay longer, use more amenities, and contribute more to the local economy. U.S. inbound international travel declined in 2025, a trend noted by U.S. Travel Association CEO Jeff Freeman at the 2026 America's Lodging Investment Summit in January. Freeman questioned if the Trump administration's tourism dampening policies, like the $250 visa integrity fee and proposed social media history requirement for some travelers, would continue. At the same event, Marriott CEO Anthony Capuano suggested the U.S. was not welcoming, stating that travelers' concerns about the customs and immigration experience are, quote, big impediments to the lodging industry's potential success.
According to the American Hotel and Lodging Association, which represents 80% of the hotels, the bookings for the World Cup are far below expectations, in part because of the political background. Now, we have seen tourism drop under Trump because of his border policies, people afraid that they were actually going to get rounded up, arrested. This has happened to tourists, and the press has shown that. So bookings have gone down. And then the World Cup, what happened here was FIFA evidently booked out rooms to the point that they drove up prices artificially. So much so that not only is the tickets to get into the game so expensive, but the hotel tickets or the hotel reservations went up. And all of this, Trump clearly putting out an unwelcome sign to visit the United States, because Kavanaugh, with his Kavanaugh stops, has shown that you can racially profile based on the accent or the color of somebody's skin, not exactly being a beacon to visitors. And this is showing up, evidently, these hotels saying that this World Cup is not going to be the tourist boom that they all counted on.
And besides filling, 10,000 potholes, Mamdani's done diddly. Rent's gone up. Utilities have gone up because he won't build and he won't deport. And there's no free buses or free grocery stores.
Bike lanes. That's what we're getting out of this case.
So everything this guy promised, cost of living, housing, freebies, none of it happened. So he's failed so far. But does Obama even care? He doesn't care. It's the intentions. If the intentions are good, they love you. And Democrats are great at getting elected, but they just can't govern. But at this point, it doesn't even matter. Barack likes him. You're right. He's a socialist with a smile. I think he's kind of an idiot, but he has compassion. And that's what all they care about is compassion. Not results. It's just compassion.
Trump and Fox News tried really hard to paint Mamdani as a communist because evidently socialist wasn't enough. But he's showing in real time how effective he is. I mean, not only what he did for FIFA, but also what he did about the balanced budget. He balanced a $12 billion deficit, brought it to zero, and he told us all how. A combination of receiving more funding from the state because, of course, his residents pay quite a bit in taxes to the states, as well as getting rid of waste within his own city budget. But perhaps the most important thing is the fact that we all know it. I mean, I even know how the city's snow is being cleaned up in the streets. He tells us every step of the way what he's doing and how he's doing it for the residents, much more than most of us ever know how our city government is working for us. And perhaps that is the counterbalance to Trump and the Republicans who try to tell us over and over that the government is ineffective, is just full of waste, that really there's no point to it. What used to be small government mindset of Republicans long ago has now kind of morphed into this mindset of like no government at all, just maybe one single authoritarian. This is why DOJ just went in and fired people, acting as if government employees did nothing. But partly the antidote to that is the communication telling us what government does do. The more they cut our budgets and federal employees, the less effective government is, and the more Americans will start to believe that the government does nothing. So when Mamdani puts forward those videos and he shows us what the snowplows are doing, he's telling us in real time what taxpayer money is doing in his city. And the fact that I know perhaps more what the New York mayor is doing than my own mayor goes to show how important effective communication is and an antidote of the Trump and Republican lies that the government does nothing.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to add the MeidasTouch podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts for new updates every single day.